Alright, welcome back, family, to my channel. As you see, this is a quick little study. Okay, it's called the 1st to the 7th century history, from the Bible to the Quran. Now, the one that you call Jesus Christ, his name isn't Jesus, but the one you call Jesus Christ, he was born in the 1st century. Okay, the one they call Muhammad, he was born in the late 6th century, going into the 7th century. The Quran was written in the 7th century. Okay, it's a reason why Muhammad came in the 7th century and Jesus came in the 1st century. Okay, 1st century holiness. The New Testament was written, everything in the New Testament, from Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, all the way to Revelations, it was written within 100 years. Jesus died around 33 AD. The exact dates is not really important. Okay? Paul goes to the Gentiles 50 AD. The temple is destroyed 70 AD. John received the revelation in 97 AD. This is all within 1 century. A century is 100 years. So all of these events happen within 100 years. The entire New Testament was written within 100 years. Your prophecies are off because you don't know the timeline. You don't know the timeline. You're trying to put prophecies in your time, but you're forgetting about the 2nd century, the 3rd century, the 4th century, the 5th century, the 6th century, the 7th century, all the way down to the 21st century, which we're in now. There are orders of events that have taken place starting in the 1st century onward to now. And the only way to know these things, if you must understand the laws. I have a video on my channel called The Law of Moses, the Testimony of Jesus Christ. I tell you the events that have taken place from Jesus all the way to Muhammad. Okay? There's a period called the doers of the law. Just men have appeared in the 2nd century, the 3rd century, the 4th century, the 5th century, the 6th century, starting with Jesus in the 1st century. Go back and watch that video. Please watch that video, because I'm not gonna break down all of this. Go back and watch the video called The Law of Moses, the Testimony of Jesus Christ. It's an hour long. I explain to you everything from the 1st century all the way to the 7th century. Okay, all these events happen within 100 years. Well, what happened next? What happened in the 2nd century? What happened in the 3rd century? What happened in the 4th century? What happened in the 5th century? The 6th century? The 7th century? There are events that have taken place that you are not aware of. Okay? If you go back and watch the video called The Law of Moses, the Testimony of Jesus Christ, I break down all these men. And I prove to you how the law is continuing to happen through men, starting with Jesus. Go and watch the video. It's called The Law of Moses, the Testimony of Jesus Christ. I break down all of this. I bring you from the 1st century to the 7th century. Okay? This is another way of looking at it. I explain this in the video. Please go watch the video. If you want to know the truth, I explained it in the video. Okay? Please go watch the video, brothers and sisters.